So since the district is looking into adding an instructional coach to each school, I wanted to go ahead and present you with some options and some characteristics of the ideal instructional coach based on our school's needs. So the role of the instructional coach at our school would be to help support the school improvement goal of using most effective instructional and assessment strategies to improve the student achievement and growth, especially among our GAP students, but again, for all students as well. This instructional coach would also partner with our teachers using the impact cycles that we've already started, hopefully to expand on that capacity and successfully implement our professional learning plan that we have already started working on, involving effective instructional strategies. The instructional coach would also build and foster relationships within our teacher leadership group to create an instructional coaching team. Of course, the instructional coach that we were looking to hire would be the point person on that and would help with the organization of that process. Since this instructional coach is going to be expected to deliver professional development and to build a team, we want that person to have the valid Georgia teaching certificate with a leadership certification. A master's degree or higher would be helpful to let us know that there is continued education, and at least 5 years of teaching experience would help us develop that bank of instructional strategies, pulling from that teacher's or this leader's experience. An experience leading PLCs and developing professional learning for large groups or at least small groups would be helpful. Working with new and pre-service teachers and knowing their needs and how to best support those teachers would also be needed. Additionally, the instructional coach would need to have knowledge of those effective research-based instructional strategies. We focus here on the Hattie's effect size, so understanding that and being able to voice that understanding is helpful. Looking into data-driven educational practices and an understanding of the TEKS evaluation system would also be needed to help guide our teachers along the path that they have to take over this next year. Strong organizational and communication skills with the ability to handle multiple tasks at one time is also needed, because this person will not only be conducting instructional coaching with multiple teachers at one time, but also then leading professional development and building a team of instructional coaches within our school. Strong technology skills is a must, and a knowledge of the Google Classroom tools to help better serve our teachers and then also communicate within our teaching staff. Positive attitude and the ability to lead a team is also probably one of the most important of these credentials that we're looking at now. So in just looking at a schedule, we thought that in pre-planning in August, that's when the small group content team meetings should occur. So this instructional coach will need to get to know the needs of our staff as it applies to our students within our building. So we thought small group content team meetings would be most efficient for that. Small group meetings with the teacher leadership team to get to know them and to train them or begin training them would also be occurring during that pre-planning in August time. The continued, in August and December, that continued building of the teacher leadership group of instructional coaches is also necessary. The person will continue the regular small group meetings with teachers that are on a full TEKS plan. That will be the focus for the first semester. So that would include our new teachers or new to the building teachers. Continued support of the leadership instructional coaching team would also occur throughout August and December as they organize a schedule for that team and for the instructional coach that we're looking to hire to actually complete at least one full impact cycle or coaching cycle with the teachers that are on the full TEKS plan. In January, we would ask that the instructional coach develop a professional development day, or at least a portion of a professional development day, to use that first semester feedback that they gained from the staff and from our teacher leaders and the administration to deliver this professional development based on their knowledge of the effective instructional strategies that they've seen throughout the first semester. In January and April, those small group meetings would continue with the teachers that are on the full TEKS plan, and then the leadership team would also receive continued support going through January to April, because that team would also need to complete one full impact cycle or coaching cycle with the teachers that are on the Flex TEKS plan. So those are our teachers that have been here for longer than 3 years. As we round out to the testing month for us, in May, that the instructional coach would then gather all their data from the year and the feedback. Hopefully they would ask for feedback to help plan for year 2 implementation of instructional coaching cycles. We don't think that year 1 will be perfect, but we hope that we do learn enough from that and are reflective enough to be able to build on that for the year 2 implementation. So in May, we would expect that the instructional coach presents their year 2 instructional coaching plan to our administrative staff. The impact of one instructional coach in the building could be huge. Could increase the staff engagement in the professional development process. Right now, several of our staff members have voiced that the professional development opportunities are more like sit and get. They don't think it's really a connection to their classroom. Having those one-on-one instructional coaching cycles would help connect professional development of effective instructional strategies to the classroom directly, and also provide support for that ongoing professional development. The instructional coach would create a community of communicators that hopefully would build empathy, listening skills, foster relationships, and trust among our staff that can be sometimes lacking, or at least seem like there's a disconnect between staff, teaching staff, and the leaders in the building. The instructional coach would create an opportunity for open discussion and discourse about the needs of the teachers as they see it and as they're focused on directly with the work in their classroom. And of course, if we look on the student side of this impact, if we create a resource bank of teacher-vetted, effective instructional strategies that have worked with our students in our building the way that we teach and following our mission of this school, then that would help to build that capacity and that partnership culture among our teachers and our leaders for improved student growth and student achievement and growth, as stated in our school improvement plan. And the citations I used, we've looked at instructional coaching. Jim Knight seems to be the leader in that, so we've used that. And then also looking at what other counties look for in their instructional coaches.